Hi guys, this is Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So today's Mass Monday, and I thought we'd do some booklet pockets that we can have in our junk journals, and also they've got a lot of writing space on them, as you can see. So they're your standard. Oops, I forgot to glue that part down, which you don't have to actually. You can leave that open, but I'm going to glue it. But anyway, they're a standard little pocket that we've all seen before, I'm sure. But I kind of needed some, and I like the booklet idea. I was kind of playing with this pocket and then, decided to trim the bottom, and I ended up with this little book that opens. And I used on this one a piece of thin scrapbook paper, which is easier to fold, but I think I like the way the book feels with the thicker paper, so I'm going to make those as well. So let's get started. Here we need scissors. You're going to need some glue, your choice, whichever kind you like. You're going to need, I brought along, I thought I might use some more of this to line the pages, or even a book page. I've got a few book pages around me here too, and so yeah, so I thought we could go ahead and make these. You're going to need a selection of paper. I chose papers that I have coffee dyed for the most part. I do have a couple that are blank white on the back that I'll probably distress. But yeah, I've also probably gotten way more adventurous and aggressive here than I'm going to actually be able to do. I've got tons of paper. So it's funny, I got excited about tomorrow's video, and I started recording it before I realized it. I'm like, wait a minute, you're recording these out of order. And so I had to go back, clean off my desk, and get ready for this instead. So yeah, it was pretty funny. So you can use 8.5 by 11, depending on how big you want them. You could use the 8 by 8. I do think they look good as as a bigger booklet, and like I said, you've got that writing space, which is great inside the journals. So, and then you've got your pockets as well. And if you glue this in, you can have it as a 3 pocket, up at the top or to the side or even the bottom if you like those. Okay, so let me see here. What do I got? I'm going to grab another piece and give you an example. Let's do this one here. Okay. And like I said, these are all just scrapbook paper from a paper pad. I believe I got it Hobby Lobby from the Paper Studio, and all coffee dyed. So yeah. So anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to fold from the bottom up. Okay. So your fold line is going to be on the bottom, and depending on how you want it to open, I kind of prefer mine to open, left to right, right to left. So I'm going to fold mine so that, oh, you know what I didn't do? I need to trim. I apologize. So we're going to take off probably about 3 or 4 inches on the side. I'm not measuring, but that's your approximate, between 3 and 4 inches. And I'll just put that aside for my scrapbook, my scrap box. Okay. There we go. That's better. Don't want them so wide you can't put them down on your page. Okay, and then what I was doing was I opened it up, okay, and then the first page I folded it, and I made this one, of course, because it's going to be seen first, so I brought it all the way, about 1/4 of an inch from that fold line and folded it backwards. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Probably should put it actually on here. That'd be better, right? Okay. I warned you guys. Sometimes I get ahead of myself, and I have to pull back and stop myself. Okay. So we got that glued down, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and just go as close as you can. Okay. To that edge, and you're going to take it up to that fold line and stop right there, and then just give it a little pull, and it comes right off. Okay, and now it'll open like a little booklet, and you've got your first fold. Now this one, we're going to open it and we're going to fold it. So we're going to do, it's going to open it up, and then you're going to fold this one backwards, but you're only going to bring it about, you're going to leave about an inch or more, a little over an inch, okay, so that it shows up on the other side. I'm going to glue this shut, and I hope I did that right. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put my little, I changed my mat to this pretty sunflower, and I didn't want to mess it up because I know what I'm doing for tomorrow's video, or yeah, for tomorrow's video, and I wanted a flat surface, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to be making our own Tim Holtz collage paper, so I hope you'll join me and see how I did that. I think it might save some money in the long run because those little rolls can get expensive. So there we go. Now we have the pocket. You've got your writing space, okay? So we're going to glue this down now and open it up. And you're just going to lay some glue down here on the side. Okay, you don't need a ton, just a little bit to seal that shut. Get my dry wipe. Okay. And then all I was doing on this one is putting some right here. And then down the side, or the bottom, I mean. Okay. Close it. And then I'm just going to take this, and so that I can see where the line is, because if I try to guess here, I'll be off. So I'm just going to take it underneath. Okay. And press it. Press out any excess glue. And we're good to go. Now I'm going to be distressing this and all that good stuff. Now I do see that I might have checked this before I glued it. I apologize. This is happening live for me, so I have to fix it. I can't leave it like that, but that's okay. This is good because we now know we need to make sure when it's closing that we're not leaving a lot of paper, you know, like hanging over the edge. And I may have to re-glue, but that's all right. Let's see. Did it hold? I don't know. Let's see. That one did. Yeah, it looks like it did. It might, I'm going to see, it might need a little bit on that tip there. But yeah, make sure that you check that before you glue it down on that sides, okay? Okay. All right. I figure it's good for me to make the mistakes because then you guys get to do it perfectly. So yeah, so you could even stamp around the edges of this and just make it really pretty, or what I was thinking would be fun, and we'll see if it is. I was looking at this and thinking this might be kind of cute. Let's see if it's tall enough. Actually, I think it might be just tall enough. So yeah, I'm gonna cut a piece of this. Try to go as even as I can at this side. I just really enjoy playing with this stuff, and so much so, like I said, that I needed to figure out a way to make my own, because I have a feeling I'm going to go through this pretty quick, and that my tracing paper is a little bit cheaper. So, and since I already have my stamps and all that good stuff, you know, well, I'll show you tomorrow. You guys will see. I think you'll like it. I liked it. I can't wait to show you. So here's, I like this glue stick for this paper. It works nice, and it kind of just goes right down, doesn't leave any lines. You know how glue can be. Yeah, it's clean. It looks clean. So the one thing I did notice, and I need to be careful, is when I'm doing the glue stick, not to go over my edges where I want to glue, because it does, when it dries, it's kind of shiny, and if you don't get it down correctly and you have it overlap, it'll, see how it's shiny. Once it dries, it'll still kind of have that little shimmer. So you need to just be mindful that that glue does that. That Scotch glue does that. I don't know if all of them do, but okay. Let's see how this works. I'm hoping, I know it's going to curl it for a little bit, but I think once it dries, it'll be good. I'm good to go. Let's see. I just trim off where I wasn't straight. Seems like that collage paper from Tim Holtz is, if I measure it, I bet it's 6 inches or approximately, because yeah, just a little over maybe. So it always seems to fit real well when I do something with a 12 by 12 that's halved. I noticed that the other day. So yeah, so now we have one of the sides, and I did go over a little bit. I know, I'm being a perfectionist. It probably shouldn't be. It might tear it. If I waited until it dried, it probably wouldn't. But, you know, I'm on video and I just want to get it. Probably need a new blade, but let's see. There we go. It did pretty good. Let's see if I can pull it off on this side too. And it didn't, I don't think it cut it. No, it didn't. I just went very softly along just that edge there. Okay. Well, anyway, you guys get the point. And I think that looks kind of cute. I bet if I did the other side, it would be fine. But I do want some writing space for my customer. So whoever purchases the journal it goes in, they'll have writing space. And like I said yesterday on the video about, or the whichever, it was Saturday or yesterday, I'm not sure. I think it was Saturday. This tracing paper, the way it is, it's so light, you can actually, you know, write on top of it with a darker pen, and it really would show up pretty good. So you can also line this if you'd like before we, as we fold it up, you know, we can go ahead and line it with book page, and it would be really cute. And then you decorate the front, and you've got a really cool little booklet, and then you, like I said, you glue it in on 3 sides. You have a whole other pocket, and it's a pretty deep one too. So yeah, let's do another one. Let me see. I think I'm gonna do, I don't know if I brought, oh, this one's nice. Let's use this one. Now I have no idea how this will turn out because of writing, but we like sideways writing, right? I mean, most of us, I think we do. Let's see. Okay. All right. So we're up. And what did I say we do? I remember. I'm just kidding. There we go. And so we're going to open it. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Darn. I don't like covering that. Maybe if I did it this way instead. Let's see what happens. I like that rose so much. I kind of like for it to show. Will it show over here? Nope, it's not going to show anywhere. Oh well. I guess I could make it go open this way. That wouldn't be bad, right? Because that is really a pretty rose. I don't want to lose it. So we're going to do one directed this direction, okay? So instead of folding it the other way, I'm going to open this one and I'm going to fold this one. And like I said, on the first one, you're going to want to go further back because it's going to be the one that is lower on the page. Okay? Not all the way though. Give yourself, you know, some space there. And about a 1/4 inch is good. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and open this. And then this side, let's see. I got to make sure I know which one I'm doing. There we go. Okay, it's this one. Is going to go about to here. And I gotta make sure I did that right. Yay, I did. Okay, we're good. It's kind of confusing. I'll be honest. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this on camera and make a complete fool of myself because I'm gonna be like, oh, which way do I fold this? Yes, I really did have that conversation with myself. I'm not kidding. Okay. You know, you get on this camera and you want to do everything just right for you guys, and it just does not work that way. Of course, my favorite YouTubers are the ones who make mistakes in front of me. I love them. Okay. All right. Okay, so now on this one, since we're going to open that way, we're going to go ahead and trim the opposite side. Okay, and like I said, just a hair's breadth, you know, right to that corner, do a little tug, and you're good to go. And now I have my opening. I like this one. This is pretty. Okay. If anybody's interested in this background paper on this page, the background paper that I used is out of one of Tina's from Shabby Debbie's Udon, her Etsy, her kit, Myrtle Cottage. Okay, and then the one that's on the front that has the roses is a kit, and I can't remember the name of it. It's Rose Collage or something like that, but it's from Len Art, L-E-N, in Etsy, and the art is with an E at the end. Okay, just so you know where to get it. You'll see them. They're beautiful. They stand out. You'll see them. You guys will be like, oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so now we want to make sure that we're pretty even. I've got a little bit of, before I do any gluing. Yay, I remembered this time. Now I'm not promising I'll remember next time. I'm just saying I remembered this time. Yay me. Because I usually forget stuff like that. Okay. Get that trimmed up so that when I close it, it looks like a little book and it goes all the way to the side. And now we're going to glue on this. You just run it along this end here. And then at the bottom of the page, makes your pocket for this booklet. This is almost like a file booklet. A little, we could even probably add some paper on the inside of this and make it a little notepad, but I'm not going to do that today, but we could. Right? We can do those things because we can. It's so much fun. Everything we do is like, we can do this, or we can do that, or we can add that. That's the great part. See, I show you this base, and then you guys go do it, and you go, oh wait, I can do this too. And like I have some over here I did. I'll show you real quick, just for fun. I did this one, and I did it as a 3 pocket because I'm going to glue this down around the edge, and then this is going to be a 3 pocket with the front and the journaling space. Oh, and then I covered it in some of just playing around to see, because this was one of my not favorite papers out of my pad that I just got, and so I used it as an example. I even made mistakes on my folding and stuff because I was just trying to play around with it. But yeah, this is how you can kind of distress and change paper that you don't like and make it into something you do. You can cover it up, you can distress it, and if you see here, you can't really see what's behind, except you can see the nice yellows and greens and the pink, and yeah, so it's kind of fun. Okay, so now we've got that one. Next, I want to do, kind of looking at, oh yeah, here we go. I wanted to do this paper. I really love this paper, and I'm gonna have to do a little something to the back, whether it's gluing some stuff on or whether it's, because it's totally white, so we need to change that. Let's see here. Yeah, I want it like this. I want this to be, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to be my front. I'm doing like this. So maybe I need to go. See, now this is the confusing part, is when I'm thinking, okay, if I do this, then I'm going to fold it, because I want this part of the flower to be in the front, but I don't know that that's going to be possible for me to do. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do it. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying, is it possible for me to get it correct? I don't really care about the wording. It's extremely light. You can barely see. I mean, you know, I'm not real worried about that, but I did want to get one of these sides into the front. So I think if I do it like this, I'll be okay, I hope. It'll have to be one of them, right? I'm going for it, you guys. I just didn't want to fold it down and then find out I did it wrong. Which happened on like about 6 pieces of paper yesterday, because I was playing with this and practicing the idea. And yeah. Needless to say, I've got a lot of scrap paper now because I messed it up. I messed it up for you guys though, because I needed to get it right. Okay, so at least I got that on the side. I'm going to cut some of this off. I noticed the slightest little tear. Where was that? Ah, no. I could have sworn there was a tiny... I just want to make sure that it's not... Here it is. I knew I saw it. Okay, I'm going to trim this off right on this side. Okay. Alright. Looks sort of even. And we're going to fold over, and then should I wonder, maybe I'll just put some of this down real quick and then I'll fold it. Yep, I'm going to. I'm going to go for it. You know why? I like it, but also because I don't want to sit here all day distressing this big old page, and I really haven't had time to do any coffee dyeing. I did a little bit last week because I needed it for my journal, the one we're doing together, the pink one. Yeah, I needed it for that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even taken the time to do that. And I did it really quick. I did a big batch, you know. Well, not a big batch, but enough that I have some left over. Plus, I had enough for the journal. But yeah, I just haven't had really, I haven't had the time to play with it or to mess with coffee dyeing. Okay, now we need to make sure I get it on the right side. Okay, we're good. I'm hurrying for you guys here. I don't want to keep you forever with this part. Do you remember yesterday? Oh, when I bumped the camera. Tara. Anyway. Do you remember the other day I told you that I tend to move so fast that I don't realize I'm like messing myself up? Okay, that's what I was doing right now. So I had to slow down. Say, okay, stop. There we go. Because I kind of get an idea in my head, and then I'm... Okay, now because that's what I was worried about, is I want to make sure we're going to be folding this over, so that part's upright, that part's upright. So if I do this one, this is going to go back anyway, so I won't need to do it on this half. I don't think, right? Or will I need to? Yeah, I will on this side, huh? Okay. But when I do it on this side, I need to do it... Do I need to do it upside down because it's going to be the other way, right? Ha, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm thinking. I just want to make sure, because when it's going to... Yes, I am right. Correct? I wish I could hear you guys, because I know there's somebody who's watching this who can tell me, Tara, you're about to do it wrong, or yes, go, you're doing it right. Which sometimes we need that. And I only need it on half, because once we fold, I'm going to go ahead and do the fold, and then I can probably see it a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Here we go. Okay. So this is going to be our front, and this is when we open, and I'm going to go ahead and I want to do the, before I do the folding, I want to make sure I have it glued on. Yes, so I need this part like that, because I'm going to bend it back, but then when it opens, yes, I am right. I'm not completely losing my mind. So, now note I said completely. I take responsibility for my own insanity, at least up to a certain point. I'm joking. I take responsibility all the way. All right. Let's see here. Now I am going to even this out because I'm going to try to get that right up to the edge. I hope that everything I'm doing is in camera and not off. I try not to pull back too far, you know, because you get used to kind of working up close to yourself, and when you're doing this, you want to stay where you're on your desk. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a little bit. There we go. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but I do tend to want it to be as close to that as possible. This is going to get trimmed a little bit anyway because of the cut that goes. Oh, look at that. It's crooked. You know what, kiddos? We're just going to have to do this. It's all right. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll trim it. Because I have scissors. I don't have to make myself stress. Don't ever stress over what we're doing here. It's fun. If we're not having fun, stop doing it. Or do it a different way. Or have a new perception of what, you know, what you need to do. Because if you're taking it too serious, there's a problem. And I speak from experience, so trust me on this. I know what I speak, that of which I speak. Okay, I went a little low, see, at the top. So we're going to be doing a little bit of trimming on this one. But you know what? It's going to be worth it when it's done. It's going to look cute. It's going to look cute. This one's a little high, so we'll be fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim the first piece I laid out because it's very dry now. I'm right-handed, like I think I've mentioned. I like to trim up close to the right side of stuff, you know, when I have to go up on an edge, because with my left hand, or if I try to do it the other way, it doesn't usually work very well for me. And see, because I glued that on that first page, it was that that thinner scrapbook paper. It was kind of feeling floppy, but because this is cardstock, it's nice and sturdy, and yeah, it don't feel like that at all. It feels good. Okay. Get back under the camera. That's what I was talking about. All right, so there's that side, and then we're going to go ahead, and what I was going to do to trim this side off correctly is just fold that in on itself. Okay. And very carefully, without cutting this cardstock. Yeah, cardstock. Trim that. And now, this one took a little longer, but I'm going to be really excited because I think I did it correctly, and I think it's going to turn out really cute, and so that's what I wanted. Okay, I went way over, and I don't even know why. I'm going to have to straighten that. Okay, so now we've got it on the three sides. I will be doing some trimming, of course. Push that down and try to get it to... I'm going to have to trim up here. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of this off. Not a lot, of course, but... And attempt to do this as straight as I possibly can. Sort of straight. Now, when I have to go like get just this little tiny niche of paper, I press my scissors as tightly up to it as I can and firmly grip the paper and the scissors and just like almost shave it off. That's how it feels. Okay. All right, now we're going to press this down, and I hate when this paper does that. It's so thick that it does that. It annoys me. But again, you know, if I distress that, it'll look okay. So that's true. Now we're going to go ahead and go up this side because we do have that. And of course, it's even worse because it's cardstock. You know how cardstock is. It kind of tends to fold in on itself. I know there's a lot of trimming on this one. I am so sorry for that. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay, now, this bottom part, we are, of course, going to trim. Again with the trimming. Jeez. I wanted this one to look this way because I know I'm going to be using it in the journal. And this paper is so pretty. I didn't want to just toss it together for the tutorial and be an example piece. I am going to use it. See, that's cute, right? Oh, look, down here on the bottom. Oh, man. I'll distress it. It'll look okay. We'll distress it. But that tore, right? That little piece right there tore. All right. So now we're going to do our folding. So on this one, remember, we take it all the way over to about an eighth, or about a quarter of an inch. Fold that back. Okay. Glue it down. I definitely want to use my art glitter glue because this paper is stubborn, it's thick. I want to make sure that it stays down. I'm not saying that it wouldn't with the glue stick, but I don't quite trust it as, as much as maybe some folks do. Okay, there's that piece. Now this piece is going to go, and we didn't have to do anything to the back of this one, thank goodness, right? And we're just going to make sure we're straight and go down, give it about 1.5 inches or so in the back there. All right, and then there we go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I kind of like it. It's pink and light, but at the same time it's got the vintage look. And then if we distress it with either some really pretty thistle or some mulberry, or even just brown, it'll the distressed brown look, it's gonna look awesome. So yeah, but I think if we do the distressing with the pink or one of the lighter colors, it's gonna look really, really pretty against this. I love doing that. I think that that makes a very vibrant distinction between the colors. It gives you a lot of contrast. Looks pretty. Okay, make sure it's on there straight. I hope you guys like these. They aren't very difficult at all, of course. You probably won't see me do a whole lot of difficult things. I don't like difficult. I do some fiddly things once in a while that, kind of make you go, I don't know if my hands are going to be able to fold it, or if I can fold it that way or do this or that. But for the most part, I'm just wanting to do things that are fun, easy, and give you a great result for your journal. Most of the things I will show you on this channel, I will be using myself, or I have used myself. Some of the things I'm gonna eventually start doing some, just some decorating videos, and see, that's why I didn't do that before, because then you're over. But yeah, I'm doing some things that I've done in other journals that really, really turned out pretty and that you might want to see. So there we go. That one is done, and as you can see, it's sturdy. It's nice and strong because of the cardstock. So I really like it. It's gonna look great in our journal, I promise. Let me grab a drink of water. I'm getting thirsty. I doubt if I can see my time. Nope, I can't. So I'm gonna go ahead and do one more, and then I'm gonna decorate. Okay. Let's see, did I do a dark brown? Yeah, I did a brown, I did a floral. I've got some really pretty papers over here. I grabbed a lot of papers that didn't have any writing on them, that just had designs, because I just thought they were really pretty. Okay, sorry, I'll be with you guys. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's see. Well, no, this one has writing. I don't really want to do one with writing, but I wanted to do one with green. do this. This is a pretty pattern. Looks so old-fashioned, doesn't it? Looks like old wallpaper. I love that. Okay, make sure both my ends are in the right spot. No, you're not doing right. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I'm still off. I think no matter how hard I try, I still go off on my, you know, when I'm trying to fold paper straight. It's funny. Okay. All right. This one's going to be a little more narrow, I think. Looks like it. Again, this is coffee dyed on the inside. It's not very dark, but it's just enough to take away the stark white. I will be distressing that though, because yeah, it needs it. So I'm gonna go ahead, it's this one I wanna fold in. As far down, oops, not quite that far. Okay. I actually think with this paper I could use my glue stick. It won't really, because it's just going to be tucked in there anyway. It's not a big deal. Yeah. And then that's back. This one here is going to go about there. Make sure you're straight, because if you're not folding it down straight, it will show up when it's on the other side against the other one. I already did that and it didn't look very good. Just so you know. Okay. And my lid, I want this to dry out. This stuff, it's not super expensive, but it costs enough that, you know, you don't want to mess it up. Okay. Go right up to that fold, do a little tug. You can even nip that little tiny, okay, all right. Okay, there we go. All right, let's glue it shut. We'll call this done, and then we'll decorate one, okay? My favorite part. It actually is my favorite part. It's just doing it. Like I've said, I know I keep repeating myself, but I don't know who's watching. Maybe you haven't heard me say this, but I have a hard time decorating on camera, not because I'm embarrassed or anything, but because I want to go fast enough to respect everyone's time. And I have a tendency when I'm decorating my ephemera to hem-haw, you know, and I actually find that I do better when I don't hem-haw, and just lay things out. I actually make some really good designs that way. But getting me to remember to just, you know, be free about it and do that is kind of hard. I tend to be an overthinker, like I believe I've heard many of us say that we are. And so, yeah, I have a tendency to sit and stare at it and wonder, and is this okay? Is that okay? Does this look good? Does that look good? You know, y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. So we didn't get too many done. We got this one. Oh, I already had that one done. This one, I only did 4. This one took me forever. It's a possibility I still have time to do another one. However, I don't know, because I can't see my clock. The way my it's not my phone's fault. It's my the thingy on the hold that holds it. It covers it, and if I use it further down my phone, then it covers the screen, and I can't really see if you guys can see what's going on. So that makes me a nervous wreck. So yeah, and I forgot to look at the clock to see what time it was. So I think I'm going to go ahead and decorate this one because it's just fun and I want to see it decorated. And I'm going to use, since we're using mulberry in our journal, I'm going to use the mulberry. And I'm going to use, not this one, it's a little dark for this. I'm going to use the vintage photo. And we're going to do some distressing first. I'm thinking, do I want to... I think I'll wait. I'm going to see how this looks first. I'm going to do the mulberry. And then, let me see. It doesn't show up as well because it's such a close, it's a very close color to what we're using. Now, I have done this before. Now, this back part is going to be glued to the page, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I always do some on my hinge if I have like a booklet or something that's opening, because I like that dark effect there. I like that a lot. So, okay. This is crooked. I can see it now that I'm looking at it. Look at that. It's crooked. Sorry, guys. I still have to trim this. Gee, whizzle sticks. How many times is she going to trim that? As many times as it takes. No. No, we're good. That one top part was totally off. We're still off a little bit on the side, but that's just going to have to do. Anyway. So yeah, I like to do this, and then I come back on it sometimes with the vintage photo, and it looks kind of cool. So I might do that with this one just because this mulberry is very, very similar. I don't know if the camera's showing it in person, I can really see it, but it looks beautiful. I mean, I do like it. Now let's do the inside. You like that? I think that looks pretty. Hopefully you do too. I was thinking we could have rounded those corners. I might do that in future on one. I'm seeing that this is off. There. That's better. That's another thing. I always go around and make sure that all my white is covered. Okay. Just a neurotic thing that I do. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's just one of my things that I like to do. Okay. Oopsie, so sorry for that loud noise. I was wondering if I had, you know what, I do have a thingy here. I'm going to use this card real quick. If you take a piece of cardboard or a card, if you're using it on an area that's kind of soft and is flopping around like that, you can hold it underneath, and it'll give you a nice background to do that to it, so that it's not, you know, driving you nuts because it's not letting you hit it right for the distress part. So because this is thicker, it's okay, but yeah, up there it was irritating. Okay, and we're going to do the inside here. Alright, so there's that. Oh, we still didn't do that bottom. And we definitely got to do this bottom because this is not covered by our paper. There we go. And as you can see, once you distress it, it's not really a big deal anymore. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember who it was I saw do this with she used cardboard, and I actually have some somewhere that's just covered in brown ink because I've used it so much, but I don't know where it is offhand. It might be right next to me in the drawer, but I don't want to dig for it. So that's why I grabbed this card. And you can use either. You can use a piece of cardboard, you know, like a box, a cereal box cardboard thickness, or you can use a regular piece of cardboard. And yeah, it just gives you that base. Now, if you're like me, as again, I keep doing this, I forgot to do this part. And actually, because I hadn't glued it yet, I probably wouldn't have anyway, so But just lay out a piece of paper where you want to put down your distress ink. Okay, so you don't get a farmer's tan on your piece of ephemera, which is what it reminds me of. When you get this line like I did a little bit in the corner right there, it's like a bad farmer's tan to me. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I was talking about. Oh gosh, I put my brown. Not good. Here, I am going to get my water really quick because I know my ink is kind of dry. I just add a little water to my distress ink, and it just gives me it makes it dark again if it's too dry. But anyway, yeah, so then I come back over it with some brown. Okay, and it kind of brings down that tone and makes it, I don't know, it just makes it look kind of unique, a little bit different. You just want to go lightly. You don't want to bury the pink in brown, but you know, just to give it that warmer look. Okay. Mostly because this particular piece is, now is that flipping down? Is it? What is that doing? It is. I think I need to trim this. Yeah, there we go. So because the pink on the piece of paper that we used is pretty bright, and then we used the mulberry ink on top of that, I wanted to warm up a little bit the mulberry, and that's why I'm doing this. Okay, and also because I like it. This is actually an old makeup trick for me. My mother was, just in case anybody's wondering what it is with me and makeup, I used to wear, I mean, I just wasn't licensed, but I can do makeup like a professional makeup artist, and that's just because my mom was a cosmetologist, and I kind of grew up around it. And so you'll hear me talk about makeup probably off and on just because. And so, yeah, I would do this with my eyeshadows. I would build the color I wanted, and then I'd come back over my color with some brown, and I would tone it down a little bit and darken it and give myself that smoky look. And that's why when I first started doing this, I was like, ooh, I can do that with my paper, and it does that too. You know, it gives it that toned down, smoky, warm look, and I really like that. So, just information about me. If you're wondering why in the world I'm inking this to death. Okay, so now we have our piece. It's ready to be decorated. Okay, I hope you like it and that you don't hate it. It's okay if you do though. You don't have to like the same things all the time. All right, put this back so I don't have it rolling all over my desk. Now I am going to pull out a couple of fun things, and because it's for that journal, I already have all of my pieces here that I want to use. I just got to look here for them and see what I got. Let's see here. All right. Oh, she's pretty. I wonder if she'd look good. Let's see. I've got her in 2 different sizes. Look at that. I don't want to completely cover the rose. However, she might be worth it. I don't know. We may end up covering the rose completely. I'm not sure. Okay. I could put her right there in the corner. I like her for this. What do you guys think? And she's got that peach undertone in the background, which if you've been watching the video with me that I've been working on the journal with you guys, it's got kind of, it's got a little bit of a peach background undertone along with pink and a little bit of lavender. Yeah, so it's full of color and just very feminine looking. I work on the journal on Fridays for Build a Journal Day. That's my Build a Journal Day, and whether it's that journal or another one I'll be working on, that's the day I will do journal stuff with you guys, like junk journal, literal decorating pages or putting it together or doing a new cover. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. You know, so that's my day for that, just in case anybody's curious when the videos go up new. Okay. And then see in here what else we have. Oh, that's pretty. I know it's goofy, but let's just look. Let's just look, okay? I just want to. I love to collage. And I'm totally covered the flower now. I've given up on the flower. The flower is kaput. It's gonna go bye-bye whether I like it or not. Oh, you know what might look really cute on here too is like a tab. I have these tabs. That would be cute. Yeah, if it were folded right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. These are sweet though. I love them. Oh wait, here we go. Let's see. We're just gonna do a little brown on this. And of course, because it's so bright, you know me, I've got to cover it just a little bit. Just to give it that ruddy look. Can't have it being too bright. Okay. All right. What I was thinking was that this little house would look, I love these little cottages, and yes, this came from Tina's kit, her digi, the Myrtle Cottage one, and I just love the birds, I love the flowers, I love the colors in it, just do, I think it's so pretty. So I've been using it a lot in this one because of the color scheme. It just kind of went, you know. I wonder, I'm not saying that I will, but I'm wondering if this picture would look good. I don't usually do 2 face shots, but because I've got a cottage and the mason jar and the beautiful lady, I was thinking, what if we had a beautiful child that went with her? That might look pretty, right? And then maybe something nice on the, let me see, where are my... I have some words. I have tons of words, but I have these ones over here. Let's see. Not in there. Ah, here we go. I found them. I found them. Let me see. I think I had like a, oh, there's a vintage beauty journal. Inspire. I thought I had family somewhere here, or love. There's love. I know I have family in a different one. There's notes, ideas. Guess they're not in here. Darn it. Shucks. I was hoping, but it's not. Let me peek. Let me peek here real quick. I've got these cases down here at my feet, and I just need to find the one that has, ah. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do some brown on these. I think a piece of lace would look really good on here too, actually. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down onto the mason jar. Do you guys get glue on your hands and then everything sticks to you, and then I have dry skin from all this paper we work with, and sometimes if you see like lace sticking to me, that's why. because I'm surrounded by glue. And yeah, I'm gonna give this a try here. I actually heated my my glue gun real quick, and I'm gonna do something. And this is off the cuff. I didn't plan it. I'm just decorating and hoping that these work out, that it works out. I'm gonna glue that there. And I am not as good at this as like Tina. She always makes it look so easy, and I have a tendency to not feel like I make it look easy, but I just want to put a little bit of ribbon down here. See what I mean? And I'm not going, I mean, you do want to run it along the bottom too, Tara. It's not like it's going to stick if you don't. There we go. Okay. All right. This is just a little, what would I like to call this? Like off the cuff, unplanned ruffle. Impromptu, that's the word I'm looking for. You guys will probably notice there are times when I just can't think of the word, you know, and you're probably going to be finishing my sentences. I'm just giving you a warning. One of my disclosures again. It happens. I don't know. I don't think it's my age, because I've kind of always been like, you know, I know the word, I just can't think of it right now. That kind of thing. So there we got a little ruffle on the bottom of the page. I hope I didn't mess it up and that it looks cute. We're going to give this a, I'm just going to cut this kind of to the side so that it hangs down a little bit. I'm going to get my good scissors so I'm not totally fighting with this stupid ribbon forever. We're just going to, this is jagged. I don't want it to be jagged. There we go. Wait. Oh my goodness. Seriously. Okay, there we go. Good enough. I'll fix that little uneven spot after I'm off camera. Because yes, it'll drive me crazy. Pull all the glue little thingies off here. It's fine. You guys get the idea, and I know you do, so that's a good thing. Okay, so I was going to take this. Now, that's what I was wondering. Should I put this in front? Wrong one. I'm like, wait, where's the house? Should I take it in front, or should I put it underneath? I think I'll put that underneath, and then I think I'll put it on top with the baby girl. Or should I just do her like that? And then I was going to put, yeah, there we go. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Am I finishing a sentence? You guys are probably like, what are you going to do? I'm going to glue the jar down first. Then I'm going to glue the little girl down. And then I'm going to glue the mom down. And then the words. That's what I'm thinking. So this goes there. Okay. I like to press before I rub, because that way it kind of sets the glue a little bit and I don't end up getting it topsy-turvy, you know. Okay, and then I'm going to, let's see. I'm just making sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it like that. I was going to put the little girl on the top, but you know how it is. Sometimes, you know, things just look different after you lay them out. You go, okay, I'm going to put this here, that there, and that there. And then you realize, no, same pictures, same pieces, but they look better, you know, organized this way. Okay, now one thing I did almost forget to do not forget to distress your picture. It wouldn't look right if she wasn't distressed. It wouldn't match. Plus she'd have all these white edges and that would look really bad. So I'm going to do her the same color as her mommy. Yes, this is now her mommy. Okay. There we go. And I never, ever, ever decorate with two people on the same page, but there was something about this one that just kind of reminded me of a family and a mom, and she just looks like she could possibly be that woman's child, so she's got that same look, you know. All right, now this is where we want to put this. Do we want it straight, or do we want to put it like this, or do I want this like I had it? I think I'm going to do it like I had it, and then I'm going to put one more thing up here at the top just to give it a finishing touch. Okay. Vintage memories. I like that. I hope it makes sense. I thought it sounded quaint, sweet. Hopefully it does. All right, there we go. There's that, and then we have one more, and I gotta find them. I've got my cases in this tiny space. They're so crowded when I pull them out. It's kind of funny, actually. I get a little bit surrounded by them. And of course, it's the very bottom. It's the very bottom where I had to reach for. Isn't that the way? Okay, hopefully I have a good one in here. Those are not it, guys. Where are they? I bet they're in this one here. Am I making enough noise yet? Okay, these are what I'm pulling out. Okay, these big old things, but they hold everything. I love them. I wanted to see if I had a pink one of these. Aha, I do. I think this will go. If it doesn't, I apologize, but yes, I thought so. I thought so. Now I'm going to distress the back because I'm going to leave it to where it's up just a touch, and the wings, and I don't want it to be stark white on the back. It's those little details, you know? It's those little details. And I'm going to fold it a little bit here, and then get some hot glue, because this just works great. And because the hot glue dries a little bit thicker, it kind of gives you a feel like it's raised up, you know, and I love that. Okay, and then I already know what I'm doing next, and then we'll be done. Okay, you guys? If you stuck with me to the end, you're precious, and I love you. Thank you very much. And I mean that. I'm not just saying that. I mean it. I appreciate when you all stick with me to the end and hang out with me, because otherwise I'm just sitting here talking to myself. And nobody wants to do that, right? Well, I do it anyway, but it's more fun knowing you're with me. So instead of fighting with this, I'm just going to lay out 2 dots here because I know approximately their width, and lay it on top. Put it down and press it. Okay. So we are decorated. I hope you guys like it. And that's the inside. And we have our pockets. This is a really nice big pocket. So yeah. But that's our vintage memories booklet. So this is going to go into our new journal. Okay? And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Be happy. Be good to each other. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.